Hey guys, Ty from the Gaming Hell. Now this week we're going to do a little bit different. This week what we are going to do is a battle report. Pre-Heresy World Eaters are going to go up against the Imperial Fist in the new 2.0 Kill Team battle setting. I'm going to flip this sucker over to my bro Kay, who's going to be my opponent, and he's going to explain the scenario. What we got, Kay?
Hey, we're just gonna do a straight up meat grinder as it's Tyler's first game in like a long time for Kill Team, and we're gonna be doing the Gallo Dart here just because I really like the setting, and I think it would kind of be appropriate for Wars Heresy as well.
Yeah, what's interesting about this is the Space Hulk is going to be, from a narrative point of view, totally pre-Heresy, maybe even pre-Crusade Space Hulk that's been wandering around the Imperium, Dark Age, yeah. Dark Age technology, Space Hulk that's been floating through the abyss of the unknown, the warp, the ether, whatever you want to call it.
It's gaining mass since before time itself.
And as a result, it finally popped out in Imperial held territory, but it still made the notice of the traders, and everyone wants to see what's inside. What kind of booty is there to plunder? You know, kind of piratey, but still it's
not
pretty...
wanting to give their opponents an advantage of finding some archaeotech and using it in the heresy.
Yep, and plus this is a good chance for the World Eaters to do what they do best. They know this will attract attention, and it's a perfect time to start a fight. So let's see how this sucker goes. The setup of the opposing forces is 6 Space Marines per team. Now the World Eaters have their pre-Heresy colors, blue and white, whereas the Imperial Fists have their classic unchanged yellow with black trim. Now, what kind of warriors you got on the display here?
They're pretty much two identical teams. They're both Angels of Death. The World Eaters have one more Assault Intercessor than the Imperial Fists do. And they have like one more Intercessor Warrior than the World Eaters, so it's pretty even. Both Sergeants have Bolter Power Fist, classic loadout. And yeah, it'll be a good scrap, see what happens.
Which is good, because this will ultimately be determined based on skill, the roll of the dice with no unfair advantages. All right, so the setup is pretty sweet. Narrow corridors, hatchways that can be open, and the Space Hulk does have visible signs of power. So something's cooking deep in, so there might be something worth nabbing. Let's see how this goes.
In the grim darkness of the distant future, there is only war, and war always attracts the most brutal of killers, the most evil of sinners, and the most desperate of fools. What horrors are meant to be unleashed in the dark confines of the Hulk that has laid adrift for so long? Let the slaughter begin.
Turn 1 concluded. No shots fired yet. Everyone has been deployed, or World Eaters, because they move individually, not as squads, have flanked behind this pillar to conceal themselves, while the other two are trying to make a right flank. But the Imperial Fist, they're not having it. They split their forces up pretty good, squads of 2, and as a result, they're moving down the narrow corridors, and they're gonna try to see if they can get a good position to start the shooting. Unfortunately, turn 1, not fire a single shot, and we're now moving to turn 2. The World Eaters stole the initiative, so they're going to go first for turn 2. Turn 2 is concluded. The World Eaters are grabbing a huge advantage right off the get-go. Already the losses are stacking up for the poor Fists. They lost half their number, including their Sergeant, whereas the World Eaters only just lost 1. However, one of their close combat specialists is down just to 4 wounds. However, the bundle of 3 are going to make a big shot at this guy who's stuck with absolutely no support. But there is still hope for the Fists. There's a squad of 2, one's wounded, and they're about to take on the 2 World Eaters who have not yet incurred any wounds. Right now, it's still anyone's game. Let's see what happens for turn 3. Turn 3 is about to begin. and my bro was able to steal initiative. He's going first on this one. He could still turn this one around. The Sons of Dorn, they're not done yet. Sweet defense move. I had a perfect shot for my bolter and double criticals, but he deflected both of them with 2 6s. That never happens. Turn 3 is concluded. The Imperial Fist lost another one, but they actually took down another World Eater after that sweet deflection on 2 criticals. This boy right here, Son of Dorn, true to form, was able to wipe out another World Eater and made this guy legitimately so scared that the Butcher's nails literally malfunctioned and he decided to hide like a little wimpy wimp. But this guy, out of the only 2, this one's in deep trouble. He's completely surrounded. Failed 2 overwatches to even hurt this dude. But these 2 World Eaters are hurt. This guy's fresh. Anything can happen. As we're gonna move into turn 4.
Yeah, we gotta flip our tokens.
Yep, we're gonna flip our tokens. All right, we're moving into turn 4. Imperial Fist stole the initiative. They're going first, and they're gonna need every lucky shot they can get. Let's see what happens. All right, well, that's a wrap on turn 4. We actually ended point-wise on a draw. As you can see, this guy right here is locked in combat, whereas Mr. Snickerdoodle ran away to right here, and this World Eater was trying to pull a flank, but ran out of turns and moves. And because it's an even model count, but the World Eaters had just a teeny bit more wounds, so technically World Eaters win that one, but not decisively. This would never, in a billion years, appease the blood god. So hearty handshake, well done.
Or would it? Because lots of guys died.
Yes, it is. Kalen had a
blood.
huge comeback. You got 4.
This guy killed
Huge
two
comeback.
guys in 1 turn.
2 guys in 1 turn. Lucky
So,
shots.
Like even it up there.
Even.
Yeah. All right.
So I mean, maybe 1 more turn. Who knows how it could have gone? But yeah, just based on wounds left, it's a narrow one for the World Eaters. But you know what? Honestly, this was a sweet little quick kill team round. And it was basically nuts and bolts, bare minimum. Maybe next time we'll try objectives. Yep. It was just based on who can last longest. All right, so that about wraps it up. Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Gaming Helm. Hope you enjoyed it. For all you Warhammer fans out there, and as always, we'll see you next time. Have a great day.
Cool.
Yep, we're back. It's good to be back.